Morning. Take 2, podcast 7.
Welcome to Tea and Things.
We literally have sat here for over an hour doing podcast 7 and
lost
it. It didn't work again. So, sorry about that, guys.
Second try.
Second try is the
But
charm.
upside is we only lost one
this time.
So, kudos to us.
Ciao.
Bam. Success. That's what it looks like.
Welcome to Tea and Things. I'm Tracy.
I'm Courtney.
I'm on Ravelry, Facebook, Instagram, something else, Twitter. Either is Tracy Jessman or Massage Mimi.
And I'm on Ravelry. That's Courtney.
And I'll write up all the little things.
Yeah, because my Courtney is spelled differently than you would think, and that helps when searching somebody.
That's I didn't even think about that.
Spelling matters, apparently.
Spelling matters. It does.
Right.
Shouldn't, but it does.
Kind of makes sense why it does.
No, that's true. All right, you got it.
So, what is on your...
I'm going to start, since I've got it in my hands, I'm going to start with my knit-along. So this is a knit-along to the Yarn Crawl in Portland, Oregon. It is called the Rose City Yarn Crawl, and doing the mystery knit-along. This has been my first mystery knit-along.
So if you're doing the mystery knit-along and you don't want to know what it is because you're at the beginning or for some reason have not finished your clues, look away because she's about to show you what it'll look like.
Dun, dun, dun.
Proceed.
Pause or fast forward, however you want to do it.
Don't pause.
That's true. So this is my mystery knit-along, and it is a cowl, and it has been blocked. The first section has been blocked.
Beautiful.
Thank you. I'm kind of liking it the more it gets
Which
done.
is good because halfway through she was like,
I
hate these colors.
I wasn't really liking it. And there's been a couple, and we've been talking about why. There's been a couple of reasons why. One, so my fallback colors are purples, all variations of purples down to pinks.
Although not much pink.
I know,
but
but
you tend to go more lavenderies or
it's true.
Gem tones.
It's true, but I've done pink. I've done quite a, the socks are pink.
Yeah.
And the neck breaks that I'm going to make the girlies are
hand breaks.
Neck breaks. I call them neck breaks.
Yeah, you did.
Hand breaks.
I do it all the time. And I have to say, when people are listening to you and you say, I want a neck break, and they go, what?
I'm having a problem with it laddering, and I just realized it like just a second, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. Maybe blocking will stop it.
Maybe.
Can you see it?
I can.
There it is. Ladder! Everybody's talking about ladders. I was like, I don't have ladders. What the hell's ladders? That's what ladders look like, guys.
Lesson learned.
Not liking it. I'm not liking the ladder. I can see why you guys don't like it and you complain about it. I've never had it ladder before. So anyway, sorry, I just figured that out. I was like, what is that? I'm on the fourth and final clue, and it's going to be a triangle. So it's going to be the triangle at the beginning. It's going to have, see if I can get it right. There it is. It's going to have a triangle to the end. So this is blocked. This portion's blocked. It's kind of small and scrunchy. And these aren't the colors that I usually knit with. Not that I don't like them. I want to like them, I guess is the problem. I like greens and I like oranges. Wasn't digging them together, I guess. And the mystery knit was like not knowing what I was knitting. Hard. On top of an interesting, not common color combination.
Very hard.
Made me really not dig it. So, but I'm starting to like it. I started to like it a lot after I blocked it. Because you can actually, it's super lacy. And it didn't knit up so lacy.
Which is weird because you used to like never knit lacy.
I never did lace. I never did lace. Because, you have to think about it. You have to pay attention. That's the problem. You have to pay attention. So there's that, and it's almost done. I figure I'll be done with it.
Way before I am.
If not tonight, at least tomorrow night.
Way before I am.
Yeah, she hasn't really started yet.
Yeah, no, I've got the beginning.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
So that's that. And then I have, should we go back through me naming my projects, or should we just bump past that?
She names her projects, and she gives them a first name and a last name. The last name is the actual name of the pattern,
In which they came from.
and the first name is something she makes that in some way, shape, or form fits the pattern.
Yeah.
Or fits the project,
knit.
not the pattern, the project.
Because I like to, so I have like a couple things on the needles usually all the time. And I like to sit and go, well, what do I want to, I want to work on the peekaboo shawl. Or I want to work on the purple Merple Devonshire shawl. And I don't know, it's just fun.
I think it's cute.
So here's my peekaboo.
Now, are you making this pattern up, or did you receive it?
No, I'm making it up because, so I bought this yarn, and let's see if I got the
You do.
thing. Look at how good I am. Hooty hoot. Get that up there, right? It's super fine alpaca, 11% nylon,
From Cascade,
of course, Cascade yarn, which is kind of my fallback yarn when I get to have good quality yarn. Went to the yarn shop. They had this, and it was like, it's so soft. And they said 1 skein will make a huge shawl. So I got it, and the shawl pattern was free.
And she didn't like it because
I didn't like it.
it had a seam.
I don't like
in
the
the back,
shawls
and she
that have
doesn't-
the seam in the middle.
she doesn't
I don't
like
know
that.
why.
I
don't like
liked
to cut it. You either like it or you don't, I think. And maybe I'm the only one that doesn't like it. I don't know. But I don't like it. I don't
Because
like it being cut in half.
In Legacy Knits, was it Chelsea?
Her beautiful. Yes, it was in
It
the
had
middle
the seam.
too. Yes.
And
Most shawls do.
she
That's
was
why I've
working
stepped
on
away from shawls.
a shawl. Was it this week? Last week? It must have been their last show.
Last week. Yeah.
And beautiful shawl that she's almost done with.
I think it was their
Love
Valentine's,
it.
which was last week.
It was a coral colored
Oh
yarn.
God, it was gorgeous. If you haven't
Really
seen
pretty.
it, go on their podcast. I think it was number 9 podcast that she was talking about. Beautiful.
It was for Valentine's. It was their Valentine's Day.
mhm.
I think they did it on Valentine's Day, didn't
They did.
they? Yeah,
They
that was
did.
cute.
Um,
But yeah, she's making a shawl, and it's gorgeous.
and it does have the seam in the middle. I'm just not. I don't care for the
I kind
aesthetics
of want
of
to
it. I
go
don't
back
think
and
looks
watch it
good.
and write down the name of the pattern that she's using because I
Yeah.
liked the stitching in the main body.
And she said it was a
of
free
the
pattern.
shawl.
I like the stitching in the free pattern too. I think I'll just take out the middle if I do it, right?
Yeah.
And just make it one big piece.
I
But
liked her idea. She mentioned maybe doing that stitch work in a beanie to match.
I think
I
can't
thought
do
that
it,
was
yeah.
a cool idea.
I'd never thought of doing hats.
If
and-
she wants a
to
vote
match
on
the
that,
shawl.
I vote do it. 'Cause I think it'll look cool.
I think you got to go on their show notes
Yes.
to do that. So this one, as you can tell, has no center line, and I'm just randomly. I'm not even counting how many rows I'm doing. I'm just eyeballing it and doing a little lacy pattern every once in a while. Just one row of lace, so hence the peekaboo name. And it's like cloud. Feel it.
It really
I'm making you feel it
is.
again. It's so
It's so
soft.
soft.
It's so soft.
It's like it's almost not
crazy
even
light.
there. It's so soft. Like it doesn't feel like anything. It's like
Right?
literally the weight of the needles, and that's it.
That's all you can feel is the
Yeah.
needles. It's crazy.
It's
It's super crazy. So that one. So I started it as a no-brainer knit, or I've heard it stress knitting. I call it therapy knitting sometimes, depending on where my brain capacity is at the moment. But I started it as that one, and the yarn. I gotta show you this yarn. Get up close. It's crazy. It's like a string with fuzz.
Yeah, it's a fuzzy string.
It's that feather light weight. So it's.
I get why it's called a feather light. It's so
Mhm.
fluffy. It looks like down.
And then you got fluff, and that fluff tangles. It tangles really bad. So it's a super easy knit. It's a no-brain knit, but you have to pay attention that you don't.
It's a paying attention no-brainer.
Yes. So it's not one that I run to really quick, but I want to get it done, so I'm running to it more often.
Well, it's one of those you want it done because you want to wrap yourself up in something so incredibly
Right.
cozily lightly not there.
Right. And I am going to show this again.
End result knit. That's what it is. You're knitting it for the end result, not
I
for the joy of
kinda
knitting
am.
it.
I kind of am because I want to feel it on me.
Yeah.
I want that light fabric
It's
on
gauzy.
me. It's very gauzy. That's a good description, Corker. So, and here's another Devonshire shawl that I called it finished because I have to do the never-ending cast-off. That used to drive me crazy, and I'll show you in a minute.
And she's
that it doesn't.
memorized it now.
I have memorized it. It's become a back pocket knit. My blue guy.
Oh, that's
what did we
turning out
call
pretty.
this one?
Forget-me-not.
Forget
It's her Forget-me-not Devonshire shawl.
Because this was supposed to be a Christmas present to my daughter, Cole Brandy, and yeah, it didn't happen. And
she got something else instead.
Yeah, she did. I just that cast off is haunting me. It was really haunting me. So and
she's conquered it, and now she needs to go back and do it.
Sock yarn. I like how it knits up. It knits up really soft. It knits up really thin.
It's so soft.
It really is. And light.
It's
making
making me miss
really,
mine. I don't know because it needs to be
It's
washed.
going to be a really good shawl when it's done.
Didn't you make it bigger?
I did make it bigger. I made it.
Can you make me another one? And make mine bigger? So she made me one for Christmas, and it's a purple one. I've worn it on here before, and she did really gorgeous beading on the never-ending cast-off. And it is, oh my gosh, I wear it to death.
So
I wear it all the time. All the time.
This much bigger, actually.
Which means it's longer, too.
Which means it's
or wider.
that much wider on either end.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really pretty when it's done. And I'm going to make the never-ending white with the beads like you have.
I might fight you for it.
Am I going to have to hide it like Dad's hat? I still haven't found where he's hidden the hat.
I knit for everybody but myself. I hardly ever knit anything for myself. And so when my mom knits these glorious things, I'm like, I'm bad about it because she knits nice.
And then what did we end up calling this one?
This is the Prince of Thieves handbrake.
I have to excuse my brain. It's not working so good.
Because if you've ever seen Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, it was made in like, what, the 90s?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Costner?
Uh-huh.
Love that movie. But I'm a huge Robin Hood fan.
Yeah,
like, I love Robin Hood. I like the story. I like most Robin Hood movies. And this it's totally Prince of Thieves. Like, it looks like it could have come from the movie.
Handbrake. Handbrake from the Bakery Bears. That's its last name is the Handbrake. First name is Princess.
So she did all the beading on it, and it's like weighted because of the beads. Like, it just feels like
Isn't that pretty?
Almost armor. It's so nice, and the yarn.
It does feel like armor.
It's like the yarn is soft.
I can't wait to wear it, but it's so.
It's like a sturdy soft yarn.
It's so time consuming
to
because you're putting beads every 5 stitches. You're putting a bead on. So
that was her addition to the pattern, by the way. The handbrake pattern itself doesn't call for beads. It calls for like a pearl, right?
Yeah.
Like just the pearl stitch.
I do the pearl and then I do the bead. I do
yes.
both, so it kind of pops a little bit. And I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But oh my gosh, it takes attention and time spent. It makes your knit time really slow. But one day I will get back into this one and make it happen. Maybe coming sooner than later. I don't know. We'll see. Love it though. I like it. I can't wait for it to be done. So that's still on the needles. I haven't shown that for a really long time. What else? I think I have a rock in here.
Why do you have a rock?
Ask your children. I have a rock in my knit bag. I'm like, I know it's heavy, but it ain't that heavy. And there's a rock. Nothing special. Just a rock.
It's a river rock.
It's not even a heart-shaped rock. It's almost. It's a snark-shaped rock.
It's like a kidney-shaped rock.
Kidney-shaped rock. How funny is that?
Another vital organ.
Another vital organ. We like our organs. And I think that's all I got on the needles. Except for the frogging that I have to do, my husband's sweater.
She's refusing to even bring it out to show you what she has to tear apart. I'm
going to touch it, because when I touch it, I'm going to tear it.
Oh, she's so mad at it?
I am. You know.
And I love that you're mad at the knit itself, not necessarily the pattern.
Well, there's really not a pattern to it. Well, there is a pattern, but I've made it into the round. So
did you ever show the book that it came from?
My boyfriend's sweater? Yeah. I think I did.
Okay.
I'm not sure where it is right now, but I have to tear it out because I wanted to do knit 2 purl 2 ribbing, and I did knit 2 purl 3.
Ooh.
And I'm talking this far. And
It's painful.
it is because it looks like crap. I don't like it. Normally I was like, not too much, too bad. This is how it's gonna look. I don't like it. It's not gonna be a good.
I have to say,
look for it.
doing patterns from the Bakery Bears you have all of a sudden started ribbing.
Now.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm
So
not a
she
frogger.
used to,
I'm not a frogger.
she used
I'm a froggy, but I'm not a frogger.
to refuse to pull it out so much that she would knit the whole garment and then be like, no, I don't like it, and just never wear it. Refuse to undo it, though. And now she'll be unhappy
I'll
about
complain
having
about it the whole
to
time.
undo it.
This is the first time
but
I've
she
ever
will.
frogged out something completely that's been so far.
I had to frog this out completely.
Wow.
I was knitting
that's
on
the first time.
very first one, and
This
I
will
was
be my
like
first
maybe
frogging
halfway
all
through
the
the
way out.
first yellow square, and I had to tear it out.
And I have to tell you, Chelsea, if you ever watch this podcast, I laughed and hurt for you at the same time as you pulled out that cowl that you twisted,
Oh.
and you videotaped yourself pulling it out, and your sad face that all knitters know.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to have that face whenever I touch that fabric. I'll tell you that right now. So that's all I have on my needles. Courtney, what do you have on your needles?
On my needles, I have the never-ending Harry Potter blanket. That's what this is. Because, OMG, is it just not ending. But I'm on the third of 4 squares for the column. That'll go along the side.
So we need to get it
yeah.
closer.
So here
Okay.
is the Deathly Hollow symbol for all you Harry Potter fans. And here, there it is,
There it
is the Goblet of Fire. And this up here, you can't really see it, but I'm starting the rim of it. I have the Sorting Hat. And then I'll do a cauldron in the black square on the top. And then I'll do different ones for the other side. Again on the other side, and then here it will go on the sides of this, and I will stitch that on and weave in the ends and be done.
Very
with this.
nice.
I'm very excited about it.
It's okay, Peanut. We're just doing the podcast again. He's like growling, going, "What are you guys talking about?"
I know. And then
Who are you talking to?
what else I have on the needle? I just have the cast on of that glove.
You
the
need to show
Cthulhu
that
glove.
glove again because it's awesome. Like every knitter that you show that to, they're like, "Oh," and as they should because it's awesome.
So I still haven't done the duplicate stitch. So I mean, it hasn't changed from being done with it last time.
Or it has fingers. It is a glove, right?
No, it's a fingerless glove.
Oh,
So I mean, I'll do a little ribbing on the thumb,
okay. And then,
and
it'll be
then
done?
that's
Oh,
it.
okay.
Besides the duplicate stitch and weaving in these little
Okay.
straggly.
Okay.
So I mean, like literally, this is pretty much done.
And then have you cast it on the next one?
I have cast on the next one, but it's like
Fair Isle is so tricky. You've got to have that pullover yarn, not too tight, but not
that's
too
the trick of it
loose.
is the
It's really tricky. I find it
tension.
really tricky.
tension
Okay, whatever.
of the wrapped stitches. And then
Tomato.
I am going to pull this out because I'd like to work at it on the beach, maybe.
Oh yes, you need to talk about your beach trip again. We're gonna.
So-
It's weird doing
I
it
know,
twice, huh?
Right, back to back. So we're doing a family beach trip this weekend to Newport. We're gonna head up to the aquarium and stuff, and it'll be a lot of fun. And I started this
I love it.
over a year ago.
I love that pit color. I've not seen it yet. Today was the first day, and if you would have seen the first podcast that I
You would have seen
you
her
would have
shock.
seen my shock and amazement.
So I'm making myself a cardigan. I need to get more of that purple yarn, and I need to find
It's
it.
beautiful,
The
Courtney.
shop that was carrying it doesn't carry it anymore. Carries the branch, it's not the color, which I was so excited. I totally thought I had lost this little tabby tab. So this is the Loops and Threads Soft and Shiny, and it's 100% acrylic. I used it to make my kids' first sweaters that I made them. Not this last Christmas, but the Christmas before, I knit them all Harry Potter sweaters. And instead of doing initials, they all wanted a heart. So I color worked a heart in their sweaters. And these colors were the leftover yarn from my girls' sweaters. My youngest had a purple sweater with a pink heart, and my oldest girl had a pink sweater with a purple heart.
They're really cute. You should bring them sometime.
I
Oh, okay.
one at a time, I've brought them in.
Nice.
And so now I have this, so I know that I need a mauve, is the name of the color, for my purple. Because I need at least one more, maybe two. Who knows?
Okay.
So yeah, because I only want the pink to be some striping that I'm doing.
Nice.
Yeah, because I'm going to do a thin stripe,
Thick stripe.
thicker stripe, and then I think an even thicker one, and then go back down.
Nice.
So, like,
that'll be pretty.
Yeah, I like it.
Kind of
Like
like
5
rumbyish.
stripes.
Like.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And I want to do the striping on the arm to match the striping on
Nice.
the center.
Okay.
The pattern that I'm using doesn't call for striping. I'm just adding the striping in. But I've had it resting or hibernating for so long that I don't remember where I am. And I didn't mark it because I didn't want to mark up my pattern because it's not just a pattern.
Oh, show your book.
Oh, yeah,
You
okay.
have to reshow
So,
the book.
Old binder from high school that's all doodled on and roughed up. I use it as my knitting binder. So I've got my pencils here from the Loopy U. And because I have young
We're gonna get a
girls-
couple more of these. We're gonna get a couple more of these for your needles, right?
Yes, was our idea for
Mhm.
circulars and
Yep.
stuff. Good place to have it. I've just got
And extra notation
Yeah.
pieces and stuff.
I just have pins and pencils and a pencil sharpener in
I
there.
think I want to do that. I think that's a great idea.
I love it because I
really
graph a
do
lot
that.
of things. Like
I lose a lot of things.
I
And
did.
I think that would be a fantastic thing.
I knit stockings for the family, and then I duplicate stitch the kids' names on the tops of their stockings, and so I had to graft out their names and initials and stuff, and then when I did their sweaters, I graphed out their heart to figure that out. No,
Yes,
that's
come to say
important.
hi. Here's our little peanut.
And
And too.
you know, the Gryffindor lion that I did for the Gryffindor blanket, just in case I need it, which I'm sure I will. And my son is a big Skylander fan, and so I want to do a blanket for him, and I'll color work the Skylander elements.
Here you go, buddy.
So we've
Dad,
got
I think Peanut thinks you're taking him out. He's gonna follow you.
the magic one and
Thank you.
the life element.
I don't know that you're showing it, honey.
I am. You can't really see them,
Right.
but they're there. So, yeah, there's my binder. And I also do loose patterns in here. Like I have a sweater pattern that I'm planning on doing someday, eventually when I get to it. But, so it doesn't get damaged bad, I keep
There you go.
my unofficial Harry Potter Knits magazine in there because this is the pattern that's hibernating that, again, I didn't want to mark up. So I need to
know.
figure out what the heck is going on with it. Because I am making a striped version of the Mudblood cardigan.
Very pretty.
Really pretty. I like it
Very
a lot.
pretty.
Very excited to have it done. It'll be my first ever knitted cardigan for myself. And then I was showing Mom, I think she would do a really
Ooh, that
cool
one's pretty.
job. What one?
Mm. It was a pink, pretty one. That one. I want to do that one.
That's pretty.
Wouldn't that be pretty in a round?
It would.
7 free cable knitting.
Yeah, a free ebook from Knitting
so-
Daily. So when you get your new phone, you could download that and have it on your phone. But I wanted you to knit.
That sideways button one.
Yes, the vest that I think you would like.
Okay, I'm gonna have to step out and let Peanut out, hon.
Okay.
Come on, I'll get him. Come on, Peanut.
Go potty, bud.
Doug. Come on.
Really? I can't find
Thank
the
you,
stinking thing.
Come on.
Here it is.
It's really pretty.
Come on, guys. Doug, Peanut. Come on.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'd like to do that. It's the best. It'd be pretty. It'd be fun.
Right?
to do.
I like the
I've
buttons
not
on the
done
side.
buttonholes.
I have. They're not hard.
No?
No. They're pretty easy, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, really cool. Like the stitching in it. It's a bit scattered from the description of it, which it's supposed to be based on the character. So
So
Yeah.
mistakes will be all right.
exactly. So that is what's on my needles, just the 3. Although, I mean, I've got the mystery knit that I haven't really touched. Really, the only thing I have knit on is the stinking blanket.
Yeah, I
Because,
need to get
you know.
that blanket done for you.
It's verging on ridiculous.
What you got off your needles?
I don't have anything off my needles, so I brought an archive.
Nice. Let's do
I
it.
brought my son's hat. He loves Pokemon,
He does.
and so I made him a Pokeball hat. In fact, this is the second one I made him. The first one I made him, I made it out of the same yarn that I did their stockings out of the Red Heart acrylic, like Super Saver or whatever. And it knit up great for the stockings, although again, they are ginormous. And so I knit this out of that and did the pattern right, but I don't gauge. So it became huge. And it was just way too big for him. So we have a matching tea cozy. Because it's our tea cozy now.
That's cute. So let's take a break
Okay.
and have tea time. I am drinking my chai tea. I get to have, see, the thing that sucks about doing it again is like, okay, I have to repeat what I said. In the mornings, Monday through Friday, I'm the luckiest woman in the world. I get to go with my daughter to do drop off for my grandson for school, and I get to stay in the car with my granddaughters, 4 and 2, and we play I Spy, we play sing along, we just have a lot of fun. And that's a great way to start in the morning. Then I come home and my dad and I go out and we have our cup of coffee and tea and we drive around. We go to Harley's. If you're ever in Silverton, Harley's is a great coffee shop. They do Big Train chai tea,
Oh, yeah?
I believe, and that's the chai that I like. I'm kind of a picky chai girl.
She's very picky.
I like it sweet and I like it creamy and not too much pepper. And most chai teas have a lot of pepper because there's black pepper in chai tea. And I don't mind that, but I want more cinnamon, nutmeg, coriander, that kind of stuff. So I get to do that. What are you drinking?
I don't know. You made it. She made vanilla chamomile with blackberry tea?
Blackberry pomegranate.
Yes.
I like to mix my teas.
And
I
I
do.
put in raw
I
honey.
like strong tea. Yeah, raw honey from Malala. Shout out to Cookie, who's starting to watch. She became a subscriber. Yay! Hi, Cookie. And
Thanks
hi,
for the
Mom.
honey. It's awesome.
She watches us every time.
Hi. Sorry, I just made a mistake.
Sorry. Let's see what else.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
That's all the tea, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Although
So-
earlier this morning I did have a lovely cup of English breakfast tea with milk and sugar
You
with my girls.
Are a morning tea
I do.
breakfast girl.
It just helps my morning.
So I'm gonna have to have your hand again. This is my latest Devonshire shawl, and it is called Purple Murple Devonshire shawl. And it is very, very,
I love how it just like grows across the screen.
very, very, very long.
It's awesome, and it's like
It's
I could just
super
use it as a
fluffy.
pillow. It's
Yeah.
so nice.
It's Peanut, stop it. Tell him to quit. I don't know what he's got going on.
He's trying to play.
Yes, and he needs not to. A blind dog playing is just sad. It's just sad to watch. Kind of got crazy. So I needed an easy knit. My Devonshire shawl pattern has become an easy knit for me because I've memorized
kind
the
of impressive.
pattern. I know, right?
That's pretty cool.
Thanks. I think it's awesome because it was kind of my first pattern that I did by myself.
Yeah.
And now it's a memorized pattern. Even the dreaded
Never ending past
and this has not been blocked yet, so I will show it again.
Yeah, because I mean, she just finished it last night, right?
Like last night. Finished it last night. Took me 3 evenings and a cup of tea
Not bad
for
for never
the never-ending cast off. I think I did this in a week.
A little chilly
Sure. I think she's trying to sneak it on me. This is what she does. I'm a little cold.
See, it's better. I just needed a little.
Just better. I love you. I think that's all. I've got off the knits, off the needles.
Yeah, I mean, like, I
Is
think
that
in
the
a
only
day
thing
you'll
that
have the mystery knit along done.
I think either today or tomorrow I'll be finished with the knit. I'll be finished with that one. I am gonna put on. So have we talked about what we're putting on the needles?
No.
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna make a handbrake for Ripley, Tesla, and I'm gonna make little leggings for
baby
Emma because she'll be attempting
No
crawling
time.
here in another month or two. And we've got hard floors, so I'm gonna make leggings for her, and they're gonna be pink and white striped, all 3 of them, and I'm gonna get all of 3 projects on one needle. So I feel like
Of course
there's
you're going to.
well,
Because, who wants to... you're making 2 handbrakes and some leggings. No, really make it challenging. Use the same needles at the same time for all of them.
So I'll tell you why. Because I drive myself crazy because it's like, oh, I've got this hand knit that I got to do, handbrake. I have to hurry up because I got another one coming, and then I got to do the leggings. Well, if I do them all at once, it's like, okay, I'm doing the handbrake. Oh, I'm doing the handbrake. Oh, I'm doing the leggings, and I'm doing 2 at the same time. So I don't have to make 2 sets of leggings, right? Doesn't that make sense?
I think
It makes sense to me. And so, yeah, I'm going to get them all on one needle and have a great knitting time.
very cool. I'll be impressed and excited to see it.
So I might start that today. Depends on how stuck I
Do you
get.
have the yarn?
I do. Maybe that's what I'll do today is I'll set up the yarn.
Oh, yeah, because you got to, like, wind it. And
Yeah, I got to
ready.
get it on like 4 balls. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 balls.
Yeah.
So,
For a minute there, I was like, no, it's only 3 projects. Oh, yeah, but one is.
yeah, the one's a double. Yeah.
Twofer.
A two for one. So that's what's going
yeah.
on my needles.
So I have nothing
next.
off my
I
needles.
do want to get a pair of socks going.
Yeah, you do.
I know, but I don't have any sock yarn.
Really?
Really?
Wow, that's tragic.
Right. I used it all up.
That's just sad.
Right. So there goes that.
Well, go get some.
My addiction to the yarn
I have
shop
to say
has just
this.
gotten bad. It's gotten way bad. It's like I'm gonna have to be stealing from my piggy bank pretty soon.
I have a yarn bank.
I need a yarn bank.
So whenever I find loose change in the house, I claim it, and
I'm
it goes into
trying
my
to
yarn
save.
bank.
I'm really, really, really trying not to buy yarn right now.
Why?
And not very successful at it. But because I'm trying to save that money for the yarn crawl.
Oh,
I want to buy
snap.
yarn at
That's
the
a
yarn
good
crawl,
idea.
right? And I already have. My papa gave me $50 for it.
Oh, that's so
So I've
exciting.
already got a little stash for it. And I'm gonna make him a pair of socks. He's not a guy that wears any knitted things. I'm gonna make him a pair of socks and see what he thinks about that.
What color are you gonna get?
I don't know. I'm not gonna do nothing crazy because he
Blue.
wears just plain white
Get
socks.
blue.
Well, that would be nice. A pair of blue socks would be good. No. He thinks he hears something and he just doesn't.
Yeah, it's the kind of windy out.
Is it way bad? Oh, it's really windy. And on the first failed podcast today, there was 5 military helicopters that were flying over the house. That was like
super loud.
super loud. I don't think that's ever happened here before. But
Not that I have noticed.
So, but anyway, so yeah, there's that. Got that off the needles. What am I putting on the needles?
We already talked about
What I
that.
want to put on the needles is socks. Battling with my sweater. You're battling with your blanket. Oh, you know what? I need to do that Devonshire shawl. That blue one, I need to get it off the needle.
Yeah, do
It's
that.
been on the needles like before Christmas.
I know, you'll have it done by the end of this weekend.
You think so?
It took you 3 days to do this one.
But this is Chunky Monkey yarn, right?
Yeah, no, you'll have it done by the end of the weekend, I'm sure.
And I'm doing
I'll bet you.
beads.
You want to bet me?
Well, no. Well, yeah.
bet you.
I'll bet you.
What you
Yeah,
want
I
to
was going to say, well, then I'll slow down to win the bet. But no, I won't.
bet? What you want to bet?
What do you want to bet?
What you gonna give me?
Did you see that? What do you want?
I'm gonna win. Oh, I know. I'll bet you tea. Winner has to buy the other one tea at the next knit night.
Done.
I'm getting
And
tea.
I will do my best to do it. I'm not going to be like, I'm going to win the bet because I'm going to put it away. But don't get mad if I decide I'm not going to pick it up.
Nope, you're doing it. This is my free tea dance.
You goosey girl. Okay. Did you do your archive?
I
The
did.
hat was your
Yep,
archive.
mhm.
So this is my archive. Yeah. It's my. Oh, we got a low battery. Here,
Oh,
talk
no.
about that, and I'll go hook
Okay,
up before we lose it.
So when my son was like 3, he saw an advertisement for this phone game that were these little doll characters that like exploded. And so he picked like 2 of his favorites of those, and then he drew one of his own, and asked my mom to make them because, you know, you just can't go out and buy everything, right? So Mom made this up based on pictures of the characters and Zeb's drawing. And then she knit him up, and his little skull and his goggles are needle felted. And then she did like kind of a woven wrapped for his little fuse on the top of his bomb head. And so she made this up for him, and he is convinced that Mimi is magic now because, you know, she took a picture and made it into a thing.
It made it happen, and I got magic needles. So this is just a really quick inset. I've got a low battery light, and I have no idea where my plug-in went. So we're gonna go until it clicks out, I guess. You want me to call Dad real quick?
No, I mean, I think we're good.
Shoot. Sorry about that.
So this might be a shorter one.
This is going to be a shorter version this week, and Peanut is behind me. He's not letting me out. So we did our tea. We
did our archives.
our archives. We did what's on our needles. We've done what's off of our needles. We've done what we want on our needles. We're talking about the yarn crawl is in a couple of weeks. I'm really
Yeah.
super excited about that. I'm trying to get a whole group up to go with me to walk. There's 14 shops that we're walking to and getting stamps.
I want to go.
Well, you are one of them. You
Hopefully.
what do you mean?
That's the week that Joe gets his wisdom teeth. Or not wisdom teeth, but he's got dental work.
Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. And Peanut, I can't sit like this. What else have we done? Talk about. She's going to the beach.
Yep, we talked about that.
No, we haven't.
Yes,
we
we
did
did.
on the last
No,
one.
we did.
We did.
Yeah.
You're gonna go to the knit shop on the beach. Talk
I
about
don't know.
Harry
Oh my gosh, there's a knit shop in Newport, just a short ways from the aquarium.
So take a couple of pictures and we'll throw them into the podcast. I know
Okay.
how to do that now.
Cool. I need to figure out how to get the pictures off my phone then, because my memory is full.
Plug it into your computer.
I did that. That's how I charge it most of the time.
And it didn't opt you that you could do the. Because that's how I do it.
Well, you have a Mac.
I love Mac. I love Apple. It makes it so easy for us that just don't do computer stuff. We're trying really hard. This is another thing that I want to talk about before we run out of energy completely. I'm at 1%, so I'm pretty sure we're going to head out here pretty quick. Show notes.
Yes.
If you know how to do it, please tell us.
I'm going to look sometime this week, hopefully before the next one comes out. So hopefully we'll have it figured out. But if you've noticed that we haven't,
It's because we don't know.
then go ahead and shoot us any information or hints you might have on that. We would be grateful.
We would, because
We'd
we
like
want
to
to get
know.
out there and we want to get feedback, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
At first,
feedback
we
would
just
be good.
wanted to have it for us, and if we don't, and we only have it for us, I'm still
Yeah,
happy
it's
with
still
that.
fun.
Because I'm having a great time. Some of our friends are watching, and it's great when they.
But it would be nice to have a little feedback.
I would like knitter feedback
And to also let
and friend
other
feedback. You guys can,
other
say stuff
podcasters
to us.
know that we're watching and we like their podcast
Yes,
too.
and the stuff that you guys do is awesome. Like the Legacy Knit gals, I just
They're
love
cute.
them right. Okay, take 104 today. It feels anyway.
Right. So,
So I like Ripper Street. We're not gonna have to cut all the whole stuff out, right?
No.
Just a smidge.
Yeah.
We had a phone call that was
in the
being
middle,
chatted in the background that
made it hard to hear.
doesn't necessarily wanted to be on the podcast with this phone call. So we're gonna cut that out. We did cut that out, and we're back. Ta-da! That's what that looks like. And Ripper Street. I was talking about Ripper Street.
Yes, you were.
Love it. 1800s, mid to late 1800 time frame. I thought they did a great job. London. They don't really do a whole lot in the area. Like you can't see the area much.
Now, is it
But
filmed in England or
I
is
don't
it?
know. I don't think so. I don't.
So is it like a
know.
U.S. show?
I think it's a U.S. show. I do. I'm pretty sure of it. The main characters don't talk very British. The backdrop guys do though, but it's a great mystery, and I think you'd like it. It's a great murder mystery, kind of in the dark era.
Now, is it like gory and stuff?
It is. It kind of is, but it's not like it is.
See, that's what I like about. That's what I
Yes.
mean. It's like the
You
calmer
do the
murder
light-hearted
mysteries.
stuff. But I mean, it's like it's true to form, It's like the doctor was the morgue guy who was the dentist. The doctors aren't millionaires back then. In fact, everybody didn't necessarily like the doctors because they were scary because they like to cut up people. So it's really good. It's really good. I like it. And then I knit to Dixie Heart, right? The Heart of Dixie.
Heart of Dixie.
And that's just kind of a soap opera. Cute. Great background noise. What else do I knit to, Corker?
You do
I
Death in
said
Paradise
this
sometimes.
I do, and she makes me.
I
Okay,
love
so
that show.
I really.
She likes the show. She's having a really, really, really hard time with the fact that if you haven't watched it, spoiler alert.
Yeah. Second season.
No, the beginning of the third season.
Second season's the
The one you don't want to watch because I told her when she was just finished the first season, the main character dies.
They make you like
The
it.
actor wanted to be home, and so the character died. And she's having a really hard time letting it go. In fact, for a long time, she refused to watch the second season because she was like, no, I'll just get more attached to him. I'm not even going to watch it. It'll make it more sad. But I'm making her. By making her, I mean when I'm here, I put it on. That's the level of bulliness that it takes. We
I
also
want to get attached to him more. The first season attached me to him.
He's adorable.
He's adorable. It's a great show. It's a great show. And not that I don't like the second
new-
guy in the third
yeah.
season. I think he's fantastic.
He's awesome.
Great. But I missed the first guy. You can't kill them out after 2 freaking seasons.
Yeah, no, that was really sad. That was very, very sad.
So, yeah. What else do I watch?
Survivor.
Survivor's on. I
We
love Survivor.
like Survivor.
I get to watch Survivor twice. I watch it in the evenings when it first comes out with my husband. And then I watch it the next day with my daughter. And I love it. I love watching it twice. Same with Walking Dead. Yay, Walking Dead fans. Not her so much, but Rick and I love it. We are like crazy.
And not that I don't like it. It's just not one that I've got
You haven't got sucked into it.
time for.
Well, and there's a lot of kid deaths. She doesn't do kid deaths.
Don't do that, no.
And you would not like the first of this season. OMG. It's good. So we watch it twice. We watch it the first time like this. And then we watch it the second time like that. So, yeah, we are doing it. And watching that, I feel like there's other shows on Netflix that I fell back to. Ripper Street. I feel like I need more. Maybe
You know what
that's the
else I've been
problem,
watching
is
while
I
on
need
it?
more.
Restoration Home.
Yeah, you do that.
Oh my gosh, it's a
Yeah.
great show. Again, it's a BBC show.
Kind of our BBC fans.
I love it. They have good TV.
We're kind of our BBC
And
fans.
they like take a year and a half or something and follow up on somebody restoring an old house
Yeah.
in England. And some of them are like historical homes with like protection, so they have to like okay all plans before they do anything on them. Some are not and are just, incredibly old because it's in England, so it's actually incredibly old,
Right.
which is cool. And then they have a historian and an architect who
I
like
think
delve into the
story
history.
is what you like about
They do
it. You
the
really do.
history of the building and who, originally had it
And
built.
I think
why
that's
it was
why
built
you
there.
like the Bakery Bears is they have their podcast. If you haven't seen them, watch the Bakery Bears.
Yeah, they're great
They are wonderful, a husband and wife knitting
together.
thing. And so putting so women talk about shows, knitting, tea. A guy wants to be active. I mean, he's like, he's doing this competition, and I can't remember the name of the competition, but it's questions about different things from knitting to different things. You got to look at their podcast.
Oh,
to
they
figure
do
it out.
knitting and Star Wars trivia.
Well, trivia. Yeah, a lot of trivia. And then, and what else do they do? Oh, favorite places and knits. I really like to do that. I would kind of like to do that. I'm going to figure out how to be better. Maybe with my next iPhone, I'll be able to figure it out. But they do a lot of traveling, and I love it. They're from Northern England. My husband and I lived in kind of southern England, the Suffolk region, Ipswich, Felixstowe, were the 2 towns we lived in when we were there. And they're up north, and I'm pretty sure we were south. I'll have to look and make sure my husband would know that. And they take to different places and tell the history of the place.
That's
And
cool.
it's really cool. And I'd like to do that for our area, for you guys that have never been to Oregon. Maybe you're in another country. Maybe you're on the East Coast. This country's a really big country. We've been on the
That's
East
true.
Coast and the West Coast because of the military. We've got to see a lot of things. It'd be kind of neat to show the local, like we have Silver Falls. There's 7 falls.
Beautiful.
How many miles is it around? You can walk the whole
God,
loop.
I don't know, but it's freaking long.
No, it'll take a day.
A day.
A day. 7 miles? No. 7 falls. I'll find out. But like stuff like that, and put it out there so people that maybe could never get to Oregon or don't really want to come but want to see what's there could see.
Yeah, that would be cool.
We have a lot of falls in the area. There's Multnomah Falls too. That one's a really pretty one. That one's everybody gets married at that one. But I want to share our state, don't you?
Yeah.
That's kind of my weird thing, but
But I would.
she would, because we force each other
Because
to do
I'm a
things.
good
We're
daughter like that.
So cooking really quick. What you got in the kitchen?
Well, I'm going to be making a gluten-free Swiss roll cake for my daughter's birthday trip
To the beach.
to the beach. I need to make gluten-free pizza dough because we're going to have pizza at the beach.
Gotta have pizza at the beach.
Yep. And then I need to start planning and maybe pack a little bit tonight for the picnic that we're going to have Saturday.
Gotta
the
have a
beach.
picnic at the beach. You know, so we only live like 2 hours from the beach, so it's a pretty easy place
Jaunt.
to get to. And at one point in time, when my girls were young, we would do a day trip because it's only 2 hours, and we would first stop was the chicken place.
Oh, Kentucky Fried
Kentucky
Chicken.
Fried Chicken. We'd get barbecued chicken.
Yep.
At the whole meal. That's back when we didn't realize that we were allergic to wheat, and so we would eat their biscuits and stuff and wonder why our tummies hurt. But we would go to the beach with Kentucky Fried Chicken and eat.
Yeah,
we
even on
usually
the
ate in the car because we didn't want to get sand everywhere,
Yeah.
and then we'd run to the beach and play at the beach.
Nobody wants sand and mashed potatoes.
Sand and mashed potatoes is not a good deal. So what are you making for your picnic?
Oh, probably sandwiches and maybe some pickle rolls, which for those of you who don't know what a pickle roll is, it is like thinly sliced meat, like maybe a lunch meat, and cream cheese and pickles rolled up together. It's really good, actually. It's something that my husband's family showed me, and our kids love it.
Not this family.
Well, there's like nothing in that you could have,
No, I can't have the meat nor the pickles.
nor the cream cheese.
Nor the cream cheese.
Like literally nothing she could eat. And we'll probably
Poison
do
in a
like
stick.
chips and we found a really good like gluten-free pepperoni stick. I don't
Really?
digging them.
I didn't even know that there was gluten in pepperoni sticks.
Some of them.
Isn't that crazy? The thing they put gluten in. I don't get it. It's a cheap filler, but I don't get it.
And I'm sure the kids are super stoked because we'll do one morning. We'll do eggs and soldiers for breakfast at the beach.
So let people know what eggs and sugar are.
Eggs and soldiers are soft-boiled eggs that you then like crack open and kind of cut the top off, so that way you can the soft yolk. You have your bread and you cut it into strips, so you can dunk it, and the bread's your soldiers. So you've got egg and soldiers. My children love it. It's one of their favorite breakfasts.
And
ever.
we're getting time for gardening. But I don't want this podcast, like we've made it, this is the second time we've made it. We've had to cut it off a couple times. We lost power. All kinds of weird things is happening today.
It's
And I'm
been a
afraid that we're going to
challenge.
end up with a 2-hour podcast because we're trying to piece it together. So I think we should take now and say goodbye. What do you
I
think?
agree.
Okay.
I agree.
too.
Anything we missed, we'll do again,
Okay.
and we will try
We'll
to
be
get
back next
to the show notes.
We'll try to figure out show
Figured that out.
notes if we haven't said it before because, again,
Who knows? It might
Too
be in
many
here a couple of times. But there's our noon bell, which is our.
it's noon o'clock. That means she's got to go home for her babies. I don't get her no
Yep.
more. So take care. We'll see you next week.